Hello viewers, hope all are fine. Today I'm very excited to share a totally different recipe, and it's, can you see this? This is soy chunks, mini soy chunks. This is not any advertisement, it's just that I'm going to use this. It's a pack of 80 grams and I got it for just 15 rupees. Okay, so with this I'm going to make some cutlets or kebabs also, you can say. So this is the main ingredients. So let's see other ingredients also. Let's set this aside. This is one medium finely chopped onion. See how finely chopped it is. My husband's chopped it for me. And 3 small boiled potatoes, which I'll be grating with this. And if you don't have a grater, you can just mash it with your hands. Only thing, there should not be any lumps. And then in green masalas, some 2 to 3 green chilies, some curry leaves, and the coriander leaves. That's it. I haven't yet chopped the coriander leaves. I'll be chopping it. Keep the masalas very less because you don't want the masalas flavor to stand out. So just half teaspoon of garam masala, 1 teaspoon of ginger and garlic crushed. This is not a paste. I didn't make a fine paste out of it. This is just crushed. Then half teaspoon of pepper. And in this, can you see? Okay, this is fennel seeds which I've crushed. Maybe one teaspoon of fennel seeds crushed. That's it. These are the ingredients. Now let's go to the process of boiling the soy chunks. Kept a pot on my stove and water is boiling. Into this, we'll just add half teaspoon of salt. Okay, just plain water I'm boiling, and into that I'm going to add the soy chunks. Texture. And you have to cook this for 5 minutes in high flame. Sorry, it's not high flame, it's low flame. You have to boil the water in high flame. I mean, once it comes to boiling, you can just reduce it to low sim flame, and then you'll add your soyas and just cook it for 5 minutes. And soyas are excellent source of protein, and they have good fibers also. So it's healthy again. So we are going to make, you can call it as patties or cutlets or kebabs, anything. So let's wait for it to get cooked. It's 5 minutes now. Our soya has sufficiently cooked. So I'm going to switch it off the flame. So you can see this. Okay, now this is 100% vegetarian. Okay, not any meat. If there are any vegetarians, just an information to them. Okay, so I'm going to keep it close and leave it like this so that it cools down automatically, and then we will proceed with the rest of the process. Our soy which we boiled has completely cooled down. Now I'm just going to squeeze and put it into this. So if there is at all, if there is any excess water, that will get drained off. I'll leave it for just another 5 more minutes. I just squeeze it out nicely. There should not be any water left. I'll finish this and then I'll come back. I've drained out all the excess water from the soya, and we have to just now grind this coarsely in the mixer. Whenever I start the video, my pets also will start. Okay, so we have to grind this. So before grinding the soyas, I'm going to crush this green chili You can either chop them finely or you can crush them along with the soya. So first let me crush this. Okay, I've crushed the green chilies. Okay, now I'm going to add the soyas. I'll do it in two lots. I've coarsely grinded this soya. This is how it should be. Don't grind it into a fine paste. And then let me put it in the bowl. Okay, now I'll finish the other portion. And with the grating of the soyas, now let's start grating the boiled potatoes one by one. I'll finish and then come back. Okay, now I've heated a pan and poured 1 tablespoon of oil. I just want to give a toss to the onion and ginger garlic just to get rid of the raw smell. So first I'll add the crushed fennel seed powder, ginger garlic, toss it for 2 to 3 minutes, all this thing, and then finally we'll start mixing it. Okay, and now the onion. If you want, you can even add all this as raw into the soy which we have grinded coarsely. Into that you can add it raw, but I like it this way. So for 2 minutes I'll just saute and then I'll come back. Okay, so just don't pour too much of oil, it should be dry. And if you do saute of this, the aroma of all our ingredients will get more enhanced. That's the reason why I do this. Now I'll add this and switch off the flame, and then I'll add the pepper powder and the garam masala. That's it. We'll allow it to cool, and then finally we'll mix all together. There's one more step which I forgot mentioning. We need to make a slurry out of the corn flour and the maida. And also we need some breadcrumbs also. I'll show you how it is as we proceed. So let's wait for it to cool down. I've added the fried onion mixture into the soy now, and then the grated potato and the chopped corianders. As I said earlier, your masala should be very mild, but you can lavishly use these green vegetables. I mean the green coriander and the curry leaves. You can use that lavishly. But the masalas, I suggest you keep it low. So now just give a mix to all, and then we'll start making the patties. If you're not going to fry all of this together the same day, you can store it in your freezer in a Ziploc bag or a airtight container. Okay, now we need to add, say, earlier while boiling the soyas, we had added half teaspoon of salt, which is not sufficient because we have drained out the water. So I'm going to add half more. Let me just give it a good mix. I think the salt is not sufficient, so I'm adding 1/3 teaspoon of salt more. So our dough is ready. Now we'll start making the patties. You can make patties of any of your desired shape. So I'll show you how I'm going to make. Before I start making this patties, let me make a slurry. For this, in this I put 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour or the maida and 3 tablespoons of corn flour. So we will be dipping the patties into this. So slowly I'll add water and we'll make a not thick or a thin batter or a slurry, whatever it is. And we'll also be needing some we'll also be needing some breadcrumbs for coating the patties. So all this will make our patties more crispy. It will be crispy from outside and soft inside. This should be sufficient. If when you start making patties and you find that this is not sufficient, the slurry or the batter what you made is not sufficient, you can again start making it. Okay, so we'll keep this aside. And in a plate you can just keep your breadcrumbs ready. This is a homemade breadcrumbs and I don't have a video for this, but next time when I make it, once this get over and when I make it next time, I'll put a video and I'll give you the link also. So these are the two things into which we'll be dipping our patties. So how I'm going to do, you can just normally make a patty out of this like this. I'll show you how to make. If you don't have, I'm going to make, this is a cookie cutter, with this I'm going to make, and this is my parchment paper, and on that I'll be making. You can just make a roll out ball like this and just flatten it out, and then we'll be dipping it. I'll show you that later. So this is if you don't have any, and this, to give some extra twist to my patties, I'm doing this way. Stuff it tight. And slowly push it down. Yes, that's my heart-shaped patty. Or if you have a round cookie cutter, with that also you can do. Like this I have, and that also I'll show. I'll put this one on it. So this will give a good finish, especially if you have a party or something function in your house. If you're making it, this will give a, it will be presentable. You can keep all this ready, this patties ready in your freezer, and when the guest arrives, you can start frying them and you can serve them hot. So this is my round patty or a cutlet. Okay, and now I'll show you. I just dip it in this slurry. If you want, you can fry those patties as it is, but for extra crunchiness, you need this. Okay. And after doing this, you have to set it aside, and then for at least for half an hour for setting it, you have to keep it in the fridge. You don't have to keep it in the freezer, you can keep it in the fridge. Before frying, you have to do this. So I'll show you one more. Coat it nicely. And set aside. Okay, I'm done with these two. So I'll finish off rest of them and then I'll come back, as the video will run too long. So from 80 grams of soya, I've made, see, these many patties. They're 12 in numbers. So I have to finish coating the rest of them also, and then we'll be putting it in the fridge for half an hour for setting before we are frying it in the we'll be doing a deep fry. And if you're making it for the kids, you can reduce the spice. This is a little spicy, you know. I used some, I took 3 green chilies. You can make it, you can either totally avoid green chili or add chili powder. I don't suggest. Maybe one chili you can use. So I'll finish all this and then I'll come back. So I've coated all the patties with the batter and the breadcrumbs. Now this goes into the fridge for say minimum 1 hour, half an hour to 1 hour is, and maximum any time. I mean, you can just leave it there and then next day also you can fry it, not a problem. So after setting, I'll show how it is. This much of this liquid is left out, so means what we mixed was correct. So if you are also buying a similar quantity packet of 80 grams of soya, then 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour and 3 tablespoons of corn flour will be sufficient. So I just wanted to share that. Hi viewers, so our cutlet is well set and is ready to be fried. So it no longer sticks to my hand also. So this is the time we can. So I've heated this oil for in a medium temperature, and then I'm gonna, before I want sample one made, a small one. This I'm going to drop and see. Yeah, this should be fine. Let's drop. So this is a 4 I'm going to fry today, rest I'm going to store it away. And guess what, it's going to rain heavily, and I don't think so that anything else is best suited for this rainy time. So seeing this this recipe, if even one person is motivated to cook it, believe me, I'll be so happy. My job is to motivate you to cook for your family. We have to roast it golden. Keep the heat in medium only, or else it will get burned. If you don't want to do a deep fry, you can also do a shallow fry on a tawa by adding a little bit of oil. But once in a while it's fine, right? So our cutlets are coming to a desired color. That's it, done. Now I'm going to take it to the paper towel. So stop the flame also. I'm frying only 4 today. The rest goes into the freezer, and it will be fried anytime you can also store it like that, and anytime you feel hungry, you just have to take it and put it into the oil. For up to a month, that's the maximum time I store. I know how long it will go. It will stay fresh. So once the oil gets drained out, I will plate it. Okay. So viewers, our crispy crunchy soya cutlet or the patties are ready. If you you like this recipe, please do prepare it for your family. Don't wait for an occasion like how I am going to have it because it's going to rain. So don't wait for an occasion. Just do it. And if you are able to get the soyas, it should be available in any shops. So just do it and let me share your comments. And also, if you are yet to subscribe my channel, please subscribe it so you'll keep getting my recipes. So have a nice day and happy cooking. I'm taking leave. I'm going to have this. So back again with a new recipe. Bye bye.